Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers. So, some time has passed and not much has happened, as you can see. I have been tinkering on some other little projects that I'm working on. Not YouTube based, but more personal projects. But anyway, today we're going to be building the ship that we're going to be using in remote operations, the secondary series that we're going to have on the channel. Now, I've thought about how we could do this. We're going to be using this hangar, of course. There are several restrictions I placed on myself. One, hang on, what is it? That's urgent service. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, several restrictions. The first restriction is we can only use vanilla equipment to construct it. This is because I haven't thought about which mods I want in the Remote Ops series. The Remote Ops series is not going to be based on the server, it's going to be based somewhere else because of a restriction with remote controlling in a dedicated server. Hence why it's not going to be on the Zero Protocol server anyway. Second restriction, I'm only allowed to have one drone, and that's going to be a mining drone, right? Third one, I'm not allowed to use the fighter cockpit or the regular cockpit at all in the entire series. Not allowed. Simply because it makes it too easy. Also, I'm not allowed to I have to keep the entire thing pressurized, so we also need to have that. And we're not allowed to leave unless we go into another pressurized area. Those are kind of the restrictions I'm working with. We're also supposed to have the minimum requirement to actually function. I'm not going to have nanite factories, I'm not going to have teleporters, we're not going to have any modded items that allow me to do that, we're not going to have a ton of refineries or a ton of assemblers, we're just going to have as minimum as I can bear it. You'll see why later, but yes. So, first things first. We're going to go to Control 4 and we're going to get this open so that we can use it. Yep. I need to go get myself some welders and grinders at some point, but that's fine. Actually, no. Use Control 5. Yeah, because I don't need a welder, and a grinder I only need to get rid of blocks. Anyway, first thing first, we're going to get ourselves a flight seat. Flight seat, good thing, allows us to fly, essentially. Now, we would change it up for, I don't know, a command console from this group of blocks, but, you know, I've decided to use vanilla stuff for now. We'll probably change it up later. What's that? Unknown signal. We have just it yelling that we're being raided. Let's, before we do anything, make sure that the guns are on. They are. Good, they will target anything. Okay, we should be fine. Maybe. So, first things first. We're going to start building the floor. Also need to make sure that this is not here. That's good. Right, so I'm going to try and line this up as nice as possible. I can't do it to gravity well, because if I could, that would be amazing. There, that'll have to do. As you can see, we've got lines indicating that this is this is the size of the build area, which is going to be built using the nanite, no, shipyard, yes. So this is going to be the very front of the ship, and I want to go roughly 10 blocks back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on, do it properly. Think of that as kind of the length of the ship. Right, I may have put it a bit too far forward, but that should be okay. We can probably move it backwards in a second. Right, so the front bit here, we're going to have the cockpit. Now, this isn't going to be a permanent ship, right? It is highly possible that I will decide to change the ship that we're using, mostly because this is going to be, what, Corvette-sized? It's not going to be a capital ship worthy of grandeur, but it is going to function in what I need it to be. If we go and use... Well, currently I'm just building the rough outline of this place. If we go out 2, 3, go back, do the same on this side, 1, 2, 1, 3. Go back. We've got a barb incoming. That's fine. Right. So if we go back there, that should allow us to have room for a refinery and a few assemblers and, you know, all that sort of stuff. That can be on the top floor, and then we're going to have a bottom floor, which is where we're going to have the hangar. Now, we're going to want some airtight hangar doors so that I can get this area sealed off. Because I want the area to be able to be sealed, because otherwise what's the point? If I have it here, let's say we have it 3 wide. 1, 2, no. You fool! Where do I do this? Here. Right. Press T, disable that. Excellent. So if we have it 3 wide, that should give us enough room to get, I don't know, something out at the very least. Alternatively, we can have it horizontal instead of vertical, which might be the better solution. Yeah, let's do it horizontal instead, since that's going to mean we use up less vertical space. Right, so if we get this, that's going to go 2, so I'm going to go down this way, except that this needs to get out. Be gone. I should really have lights on. It's going to be a bit hard to see until I start welding things in, but try to use your imaginations. Okay. I put it as far back as there. Oh my god, what is... Oh, it's because it's shooting. Right. Are we good now? Thank you. Okay. So that this is the length at which we're going to be using. I want this 3x2 area to be free, right? That's just going to collide with the base, isn't it? Where is it? I want to have a look and die. Oh, it's crashed over there. Excuse me, sir. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's about to collide with Adam's ship. Okay. Sure game. Well, it's dead anyway. That's a lot of debris that's hitting the base, but we've got shields. Right. Back to what we're doing. Hopefully it will clean up its lag spikes. Okay, so if we have that as our area, what we want is we want to have some blocks here. Now we're going to use slopes for now. I might change this later in a kind of design decision, but we'll have slopes here, which will allow us to, Control 5, go here, change each one of these into something a bit different, right? I just hit it, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Good job, Jake. Right, if we do that, that means that will go up to the middle, okay? I've just realised this isn't wide enough. Good to know. Right, so we then need this over here. That should connect to the side, right? Yeah, it does. Okay, good. Right, because what we're going to do is we're going to take rid of this and this. Okay? Because I've decided on something else. So we're going to have full block there. Get rid of this guy. In fact, you know what? Give me a second. Welder. No, grinder. There. No. Oh, God damn it. Thank you. Okay, so we have that there. Right. That means that we want slopes coming down this way. So just a bit further out than we first had them, but should work. If we have our slopes there, then that will allow us to do this. Allows us to have an airtight hangar door here, and an airtight hangar door here. Anytime you want to place down game. Except for the fact that you don't want to place down for some reason, because that's a separate piece. Of course. I kind of want to place down this thing first, right? Yep. Place down that. Place down this. This. Block. Door. Right. That should be a suitable enough door. I mean, we could increase it one more so that we have a 3x3 area in which this can happen. Yeah, let's do that. Again, a 3x3 so that we can use this as a basic engineering bay. We do that. We get airtight door. We place here. And then we get block. And then we place here again. That should constitute a large enough door. Excellent. Now, we do the fun thing, which is we need a floor. So if we do this, we go along across the bottom. That should give us a lovely hangar bay that we can extend outwards. Just give me a second. We'll do one. Okay, so from now on, the entire thing's going to be symmetrical. So we're just going to go back and allow that to. Well, I'll fill it. We'll do one half, right? And then off camera, I'll do the other. How's it sound? So if we go back roughly here, so we want to increase that like 2 more. So that this is the maximum extent of the build area, right? That means that we want some way for this to stop. Yeah. This is maximum extent of the build area, and then we can deal with that later. Right. Okay. Let's change this top thing. Actually, no, that will have to stay as it is, since we will be adding whatever here. But this will be a good time to weld up what we've got, right? Right. Shipyard. Weld speed, you can probably go up to 0.5. No, 0.5. Yeah. Weld. Yeah, we've got an arc reactor, so we should be able to weld this thing up in a faster pace than we would before. I mean, we could do it faster, depending on how much power that's now using. Null Corp, arc reactor. You're using half your available power consumption-ish. We could put it up to 0.7. But hey, this is fast enough. I mean, if we really wanted to go fast, we'd put it at maximum, which is ×2, and have 3 beams, and it would be done in a second. We don't have the power for that. We will at some point, but now is not that time. Okay, right. That gives us enough room. You've stopped welding. I can now continue. Right. Pretend that that's already done. Okay, so let's start off with getting this, the rest of it, the way I want it to be. So if we go up to, it's going to be quite boxy, okay? It's not my best design, but it's going to be, oh god, it's going to be box. I don't want a box. I want something that looks nice. Never mind. We'll continue my design decisions later. Okay, we've got this. Let's go around like this. That should be good. Right. Say we've got a floor here. Say we have a floor that goes all the way along here, goes out this way, along here. Right. We could say that that's the length of the build area that we want to use, because it's unlikely that we're going to be using anything larger. In the event that we do, we'll probably have a bigger ship, so hey. Okay, with that there, we can now cordon off the rest of it. So we can say, hey, would you like to stop here? And then, what do we want to do? That is a very good question. Let's do this. We've got a barbing coming, so prepare for lag. unsure. That's basically it, right? Anyway, let's fill up this light armor here so that we can get a picture of what this side will look like. We'll only have glass at the front because, of course, I'm not a madman. Why would you have glass in a ship, especially when it's going to be one course for combat? It's getting shot at. You can tell by the low sim speed. Great time to come and annoy me, Argentavis. I was in the middle of recording. Nice. Okay. Yeah, real good there. Let's get this up. Sim speed, come on, pick up. Really like it if these attacks stop happening, but what can I do? I'm the admin. Okay. With that there, let's start getting some facilities up and running. So, we want a refinery. We want assemblers. We're not going to module them, right? It's going to kill me when I don't do that, but that's going to be it. We're also going to bring an arc reactor with us. No, not arc reactor, arc furnace. The arc furnace is a vanilla item, and it basically is a better refinery. Well, it's better at refining a certain material, or certain group of materials, iron, cobalt, things like that, than it is the regular refinery. However, a fully modded refinery just beats it completely. However, we are going to want to use one of both, because I will not be able to maintain my sanity if I am waiting for if I'm waiting for a regular refinery to do its job. Right, okay. Let's think about this. We need a medical room, okay? Let's say I place the medical room here. In fact, I'm going to place it like so. Basically, so it's easier for me. So we do that. We want to change this into a conveyor so that the medical room can give me something. I don't know. I'm not the madman behind this design, or at least I am. So what we want is a conveyor junction here. Okay, good. We can then place the medical room on top. Yeah, that's the correct way around. That's the correct way around. Good. Lovely respawn point in that area. Okay, next bit we want to change this into an arc furnace. So we're going to need, of course, conveyor junction, and then we're going to want an arc furnace here. And we can add a second one if we ever desire to, but for now, one arc furnace will do. Okay, with that, next thing that we want to do is we want to get an assembler. You can see where this is going, right? Come on, break and break. We're going to have two assemblers because I'm the kind sort. No, in fact, we're going to be stuck with one because I am a masochist at some point in my life. We then also want an oxygen generator. Get the oxygen generator, and we're going to place that here. Right? So we've got, what, 3 things over here that allow us to build. It's pretty good. Pretty good. But, yeah, that will do for that section. For my next trick, we will be filling in this area here, and we will place down a refinery. Fun, fun, fun for all the family. Right, we go with a refinery. It's going to be one of facing here, probably. We're going to place the refinery here. Okay? As you can see, it's quite long, so that's fine. I've left room back here for our possible adding of modules, so I don't have to move the refinery around. I am now dying due to lack of oxygen because I'm a fool. Right, and also there's a ship just in there for no apparent reason. I'm going to need to salvage those things later. Such a drag. Okay, so I now have oxygen, and we have welded up the ship as it currently is. We have oxygen generator, arc furnace, assembler, refinery, all good things. Next thing that we want to work on, let's think. we need some tanks to store oxygen, but we also need to get conveyor access to the refinery, right? We've already got a conveyor port here. We want a conveyor access to here. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring a conveyor junction out this way. It goes here to the middle, right? And then we'll go around this way, go around to here. Okay. Now the reason why this area will be a tiny bit significant is we're going to go and get ourselves an oxygen tank, because of course we are. Because otherwise we can't depressurize properly. Right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have one for now. We may add more. And the way that we're going to add more is we're going to add, you know, conveyor tube here, whatever. You get the picture. Okay, with that, noting that this is all one room for no apparent reason, with that, let's fill in the blanks here. In fact, no, we don't need to. Yes, we do. Fill in the blanks. Because otherwise, we're going to have a problem. Now, after this little break here, we're going to have stairs that go down. So we're going to start from this side, and then we're going to go get ourselves the stairs. Yeah, we'll put on 8, I don't care anymore. We're going to have stairs, they're going to go down, right? Simple stairs. They're going to go around here, and then down again. No, not that one, this one. Right. Down again to here, and then, you know, we're at the floor, right? This will be where we have our lovely airlock here. We have an airlock. So say we're here, right? We're going to go through. And then we're going to have a small airlock section in this area before you access here. We're just going to mark that via this for now. I'll change it up in a second. Right, now that we have that, we've now got to get this working as intended. Get one of you there. Now, fun thing is, we're going to need to change this over to a conveyor junction, which will then lead to... I can't see a damn thing. I can't see which one's a conveyor junction and which ones aren't. Fun times. We're going to then go around like this. And this is going to access the reactor. The small reactor for now. I do believe we don't need a large one, though we will probably need to upgrade. So instead of just one small reactor, we're going to have 2 small reactors. In fact, I want to be over this side so that we can see. We're going to have 2 nuclear reactors, because of course they're nuclear reactors. Why would I have anything else? Okay. And with that, we can extend that way. Now, yes, I know that the stairs are not in line with properly. That's to be expected, because I'm bad at designing things. Now you see over here, we've got a lot of room to expand, and this expansion area is mainly to add, hey, I need more machines, right? Expansion area to add machines. Okay, then we have reactors, and then we're going to have a few gyros as well. Let's do this properly. Gyro 1, gyro 2. Yeah, 2 gyros, you heard me. That's the mining carriage, Argent Davis nowhere near. Good. Right. Okay, now we've got that. Let's fill in this area here. And then break this. We can guess, right? Yeah, we can guess. Right. So let's weld the stuff up that we've currently got. Shipyard. Weld. Don't kill me either. That'll be a bad idea. Actually, if we got this wall should be safe. Now, we may not have enough components in our base in order to build this thing. That's fine, really. Because this thing is just ugly. I mean, yeah, you're definitely going to be replaced as soon as I can. I never, proclaim to be the best at building ships and space engineers. I can build ones that work. I can't build ones that look good. Despite what I said last series. Anyway, you should be good. Those should be welding up now. We have 1 reactor, 2 reactors, and 2 gyros. Excellent. Since that's the center, that's there. Now you may notice I'm giving the ability to access anything in this area, right? We want the ability to access everything in this area because otherwise we will not be able to weld it up. We do not have any kind of remote welding system. We won't have any kind of welding bot, so that's all bad. Okay, now that we have that, let's do this. We have this area, which I'll turn into what it's supposed to be later, but we're going to have steel go all the way up here. I am using a ridiculous amount of resources building this thing, more than I anticipated. But then again, if you're not using all the resources in existence to build something, you're not building it correctly. Make sure this is up here. Reason why we're segregating that area is because this is going to be our cargo container. And this will be the only quote-unquote large structure we have. So conveyor junction goes over here, and we have ourselves cargo. Right? Large cargo, the only cargo, are the best cargo. Actually, we're also going to have access through here, though that's going to be a problem since that doesn't actually hold much. No, we'll keep that sealed. Okay, right. The plan is, on the sides of the cargo, well, after conveyors and all that, we're going to have engines, we're going to have a bunch of engines on each side, and then at here, we're going to have our connector. Okay, so this is the very end of the ship. It's going to look like something out of, oh my god, it's ugly. But yes, that's how it will work. Okay, now that we've done that, let's move this along. I want you to go inwards like so. Just so that, I've got some semblance of something that's not ugly. Right, let's do that. You can be fine. And there. Right. Now, I do believe that you can't use a, what is it? An air vent to vent air from the facility. Because if you could, then we would have solved all of our problems if we had a tank that was completely filled up. Okay, right. This area will also need to be sealed off up here. And you'll need to go down there, except what we're going to do is we're going to have this area give us access to the cargo. So we're just going to give ourselves a small cargo container here, except that's the wrong way around. I put it on control 1, didn't I? No, I put it on control 2. Weird. No, 9. Thank you. Flip. There. We're going to leave this bottom area accessible. We're going to seal that off. We're going to seal this. In fact, we're going to hide 2 more gyros here, just in case. Just in case we need it. And then we're going to seal off this area. Right? Okay. Now, here comes the fun bit. Let's have a conveyor tube go this way so that we can have a conveyor access port here, and this will be where we have our airlock. our only airlock, by the way. We're going to be building a bunch of things that will allow us to do this. The airlock to other ships will be in this area, because that's the best way I can do it. Okay, fill this in, fill that in. Technically this will be closed off as well. That gives us a modest room to build things in, right? Right? Yeah. This will be the door. Okay, here's the door. And this will be one pressurized point. The other pressurized point will be this thing. So we want to go grab air vent. Air vent here. Air vent here. You know, for the lower level. Let's go up this. In fact, there's gravity. What am I doing? We go up here. We also need another air vent. Let's put one temporarily over here so this can be done. That should ventilate this area once it's pressurized. Excellent. Right, let's go down. Okay. We're going to need an interior door. Right? That's the only door that we need, is an interior door. I mean, we could have two. We could have two if we wanted to, just to make it easier to do this properly. But we'll have one for now. You know, I don't need it to be the most intricate system. We will have those later, but that should work. Okay. And then we should just be able to seal this off. And that should be a sealed area once it's done. And we're going to test this, right? So the last place that we make a sealed environment is this area here. We want to make sure that there's no gaps between the pressurized area and the place that's supposed to be different. Okay, shipyard, weld, for the 4th time. And it should weld all the new stuff that we've added. I know this isn't the best vantage point. Let's go down a bit. Right. That should nearly be done. Anytime now. Right, good. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Okay, next step. We are going to have... right, let's deal with this armor segment first, just so that I don't drive myself insane. We're going to have this, and then we're going to have... That was correct. Good. Looks weird, but it'll work. Okay, we're doing that simply because it's going to be much easier to make this look nicer than not having it. So what we're going to do, light armor across here, and then you're going to, you know, turn into armor slopes, because of course you are. That's going to be a bit difficult. That's going to be a bit annoying to deal with. Is there a better way to do that? Well, there's got to be some kind of shape that allows me to do this, but sadly not in Space Engineers, unless I'm not trying hard enough. Right, let's go across here, go along here, do the same for the other side. We wanted what to happen to this area? Yeah, we wanted you to go inwards. Okay, and if we go back this, armor blocks, do the weird thing, do the other weird thing, and then slopes. Right, good. We're getting somewhere. Now, next step, we're going to need a roof, or rather a ceiling. Hull on the top, maybe, if you want to be so inclined. And the way that we're going to do this is simply have it attached at 2 points, because I love doing that. And we want to get... what do we want? For now, we're going to be a terrace. We're going to be a house with a weird roof. Well, that's the same for any ship, right? So we're going to have a roof going along like that. It's going to look weird as hell. Well, so is everything else that I create, so hey ho. Okay, you are there on that angle. And then we do the same here. Line of steel. Wow, okay then. Give me a second. Just need a tiny bit of steel to put that on. Right. See this? Right. What we're going to do now is we're going to get half blocks, which for some reason is no longer on my primary toolbar for no reason. We're going to be using the vanilla half-light blocks. Switch around like that, and go ham. I need more steel plate. Right, let's go grab more steel plate, and also refuel ourselves on. Oh my god, yeah, it's another wreckage that, you know, has all of its stuff destroyed, or at the very least, there's no line of sight for the turrets. That's why we have defenses. It means I don't have to deal with anything. Right, let's grab ourselves some steel. Grab ourselves a boost of oxygen, and get back out there. Right. Okay, getting into it. Okay, right, that should be the top section, which should be fine. We're going to deal with thrusters in a second. Well, we're going to deal with thrusters once we know that this thing is pressurized, because that's going to be much easier for me. Right, that doesn't need... well, let's hope that doesn't need to be done, because otherwise that'll be a useful place for a thruster. Right. The last bit that we need to do is the front. Right, which means I'm going to girders for the windows. So let's go over here. Let's grab some girders. Let's fly back. Right. First of all, I'm going to chop this off. Good. Well, I'm going to do the simple thing that I do on nearly every single cockpit I have, and that's that. And then, what do we want? Let's do something like this, just to make it a bit, you know, interesting. Okay, let's go over to Control 4, let's go get ourselves a window. We want a 2x1 flat face, and we're going to place like that. Do we want it like that? No. So the reason why we have a lip is so that we can place this in the proper location, like so. This means that, you know, it doesn't use up any of the interior space which we could use for other things. We're also going to need a corner window, which will be you, and finally I want the 1x1, which is here. Right, corner window. you can be changed to 2x1 slab rather. Do this. Sadly, we can't do the same for corners. And then we want to place another lip here, and then place a 1x1 here. Right? Good. Let's change this up as just a smidge. We're going to change this up to inverted corners. And we're basically going to have the usual. Let's get regular armor here, and effectively what we want, if I can press the right button in time, go along 2, go along 2, we need a regular corner there. We're also going to need to place that properly as well, and we want window, corner. Is there no regular? No, that's a 1x2. Okay. Right, we want this one. Flip it around until it fits it correctly. I have a feeling you don't want to. Possibly because it's the wrong one, Jake. Yeah, I get that now. Shut up. 1x1 inverted, 1x2 inverted. I love how there isn't a regular. Just give me a second. There is, because I'm blind apparently. Right, there we go. Have a slope, and then have a thing on top. There. That should be self-containing. Right, let's fire up the shipyard there. Weld. Right. So technically, the entire area in there should be pressurized, and we're going to test that once, you know, we've welded all this up. And in order to do that, we're going to need to grab a few things. First of all, we're going to need a way of, you know, getting oxygen into that area, so we're going to need ice. Baby. Right. Let's grab about 20,000? 3,000. It's a bit less than I wanted, but whatever. We don't need girders anymore, technically. We can get some anyway. Let's do that again. Let's grab 5,000 ice, maybe? And then we also need to grab some uranium, which currently is sitting quite idle, so we'll take 50. Let's travel over here. This should be done. Looks kind of like a really bad turtle. And then we need to get inside. Right. I may have had an... Oh, right, you're not closed. That's fortunate. Let's climb up here. Oh, we also need a gravity generator. We can do that later. You should technically be sealed. Technically being the operative word there. Okay, first of all, let's get you. And then we need access to the other one, which I should have now. Good. This entire place should now be running. You are currently using 4 kilowatts. That's useful. I want no oxygen generator. Throw this in. Good. We're pressurizing. Probably not because this is closed. Right. And this should be pressurized. Brilliant. Excellent. So we do have a pressurized area. Pretty good. We are going to depressurize it because, of course, we need to get out. Let's go scroll down here. Open this door. Watch as it goes out. Seal the door again. Good, right, that works. As intended. Okay, now that we've done that, we can work on the non-pressurized sections of the facility. So let's go grab some more steel, and we also need to grab... No, I think steel should work. Yeah. Let's grab some more steel. Now, we're moving into the final part of construction. It has been like 40, 50 minutes. I apologise for that, but, you know, gotta get this done. Right, first of all, light armour all the way across. And on the other side as well. Do. Right. And then finally, we just need to sort out the engines. Well, first of all, let's make sure that this thing actually is in the condition that I need it in. Number 2, scroll. Good. Right. Let's get slopes along here, and then we want number this one. 1, 2. That's already done. Good. We can also probably change this area here, but I'm just going to leave it like it is for now. And then lastly, we just want to use ion thrusters, since that is what we're here for. We're going to use 8 for forward. We're also going to use 8 for back, and then 4 for each direction. So now's the fun bit of let's do this properly. So let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, and those will be our thruster areas. And this one. So if we're here, we'll do the first bit from the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know it's not much thrust, but it is better than nothing. Especially since, you know, this thing is going to be very, very sluggish. Okay, now that we've done that, we just need someone to go out this way. So I want, you know, a clear view to attack. Well, I can't speak. I should know this by now, but for some reason I haven't. I'm going to break this area. We're going to have 2 here. We're then going to have 2 at the bottom. Right? You see how we're doing this. So those will help us slow down, hopefully when we're not using, I don't know, all of our cargo capacity, because all of that cargo capacity will be painful. And down here, these last 2, and then they'll give us the last 2 axes in which we need thrusters. 1, 2. And the last 2 axes that we need is up and down. And we can simply do that in this kind of really bad and really shoddy way of doing things, which is just placing those here, and then placing the same ones here. Good? Right. Last of all, we need a connector. There. That should be the ship at its bare functionality. Now, there are a few more things that we want to add. One of them is an antenna. We're going to need that. We might upgrade it to a laser antenna at one point, but for now, regular antenna it is. We're going to basically have a small lip over here that will help house it. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we go get ourselves the antenna, which is here. Place the antenna there. That should be good, right? Okay. With that, this should be the last time I need to activate the shipyard to get this thing done. but that should be all that there needs to be. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I know. The ship design is terrible. It's a box with really bad edges, but it works. It is kind of pressurized. I really need to double check if it's pressurized again, because I may have broken something. That's always a problem. So this thing should remain pressurized unless I break something that I shouldn't have, which is brilliant, right? And we're out of something. May I think that it may be platinum? Let's go check. Let's run over here. What are we out of? Thrusters. Thruster components. Why are we out of thruster components? Because Tim isn't doing anything about it. Right. That's weird. Let's update Tim, just a second. There we go. Remember an exit. Compiled, run. Right, that should now be working. Okay then. They're complaining about something. Over to here. What are you complaining about? We don't have iron. Oh, the irony. Well, we have iron ore. What are our refiners working on? We're working on cobalt because we've got all of it. Because someone brought all of the cobalt home. So let's get that working. That should be fine. Yeah, that's because we're out of iron. Good to know. Because, you know, when everything gets backlogged, it just doesn't seem to work. Which is why we probably need more refineries, or better refineries. Okay, these things should be being built now, he says. Trying not to die due to lasers. Need thruster components. Hey game, why are we not making thruster components? Oh, we are. Okay. It just requires quite a lot of thruster components. Right. Okay, so this thing should be done. So I'm going to risk going inside. What we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to start doing things. So this will be hangar doors off terminal. We want to name the airtight hangar. Well, no, we want to name this air vent hangar. Right. The others I can name. Air vent interior. Okay. We've got the air vent hangar. We've got antenna. We've got arc furnace. Assembler, connector, we've got gyros, save off terminal, we got ion thrusters, we got about, what, 32 of them? Yeah, that makes sense. Ion thrusters, save off on terminal, we got reactors, save off terminal, let's add the arc furnace and the refinery together. Refineries, save off terminal. Oxygen tank, good, off terminal. Oxygen generator, off terminal. Cargo, off, no, off. Large cargo, off in terminal. Flight seat, medical room, door. I'm going to change this. To that, off in terminal, since we don't need to see that. Actually, no, we will. We definitely will. We want interior hangar door on. Good. Connector, assembler, antenna, air vent hangar, medical room. Excellent. So that should be everything that we need. So if I go in here, of course, we'll set up buttons later. We want hangar doors, close. And then we'll see if this place is pressurized as well. It should be. Should being the operative word there. Good. Low oxygen. High oxygen. Nice. And then, of course, we can open this door. And we are fully pressurized, I believe. Yeah. Room pressurization maximum. We really want a timer on that door so that it closes automatically once I open it. Might be a good idea to invest in. But yes, this will be a home to remember at some point. Right, now that we're here. Come on, game, don't do this to me. Right, now that we're here. Oh god, this is bad. Let's get out of the hangar. It looks so bad. Oh, careful of those. Yeah, so we have, you know, a significant amount of power, or at least we don't. We have enough fuel to last for a few hours at minimum. Where did all the ice go? Probably went into the oxygen tank. Okay, so what we're going to do is I will fuel this up, get some components that we're going to need, and then next episode we will build the mining drone that we're going to be using for this ship. But until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.